Let's hold some fintech.
Let's talk
which
fintech.
is kind of what we're here for. So fintech, the most basic. What is it? Financial technology.
So it's funny that you lead right with that, with what is fintech versus what is financial technology. So the way I look at fintech is it is something it's an aspect of changing the way business is done somewhere in finance, whether it's whether it's banking, capital markets, money management, but it's some sort of disruptive new way of doing things that poses a challenge to incumbents such as banks or such as kind of like large legacy software providers.
So it's any form of disruption.
I think that's the way I look at it, is any form of disruption, as opposed to financial technology, which is what I think of as kind of the incumbents, the big enterprise providers in the space. I've worked for a few of those over the years, and I can tell you that most of the time our competition that was nipping at our heels was these insurgent fintech startups that were they're well capitalized, hungry, and a lot more agile than these battleship or oil tanker, whatever you want to compare them, type of enterprise firms that I was typically working for. We definitely felt like our heels were being nipped by them. So it really is anything that's out there to kind of challenge the status quo is as far as how things are done in finance.
And specifically for example, I think the Bloomberg terminal.
Right.
Like how traders got information and data, the Bloomberg terminal probably changed everything.
Exactly.
Because everybody on that mid desk, they all use the terminal.
Right.
It's incredible. It's a great tool.
No, totally. Yeah, it is. It's a phenomenal tool. I remember the first time I used Bloomberg in the late 90s. I was like, holy crap, this is unbelievable. I can get live quotes on any equity in the world. I can model strategic options trades. I can get sports headlines.
You
for
can do anything.
Yeah,
Literally
you really
anything
could do
from the
anything.
terminal.
But now you look at, Bloomberg is definitely, I would consider them financial technology. They're one of the incumbents. But over the past few years, there have been companies like Symphony, and there's another one, the name of which Market Map, and there's another one, the name of which I can't remember, but have kind of come along and tried to eat Bloomberg's lunch. And they've been able to get some market share, but I think that what it boils down to in the case of some of these the incumbents in that space is Bloomberg's got the media talent, and I think that that's the thing. Just as much about the technology and the distribution, they've also got the talent behind it, and they've got some really big names on their roster. So but Bloomberg's a good one of an example of a firm that fintechs, nimble agile startups have gone after and failed. They've come for the king and they've missed essentially.